You know, one of the movies that is being talked about a lot, and obviously has been talked about a lot, is Avatar 2. A film, Rob, that you pointed out before we started filming here today, started shooting in 2017. In 2017 is when they started shooting this movie, and we are now on the precipice of this movie opening up in a couple of months. Now, we did tell you guys that last week at CinemaCon, they showed us the first trailer for Avatar, and we were quite impressed with it. Then they added it to Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So if you went to go see Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, you had a chance to see the trailer for Avatar. But now you can watch it wherever you are because they have finally released the first footage, trailer, teaser, sizzle, whatever you want to call it, for Avatar 2, The Way of Water online. And it seems to be the talk of the town. Now, let me preface all this by saying this. You know, whenever Avatar comes up, you still get this Statler and Waldorf group of people up in the balcony going, nobody cares about Avatar anymore. Oh, okay, sure. Believe that if you'd like. It is folly, to quote Boromir in Fellowship of the Ring, 'tis folly to count out a James Cameron film at the box office. But I mentioned, the last time we talked about it, I said, everybody is talking about Avatar. Even if they want to pipe in and make themselves sound cool, like they think they're sounding cool by going, nobody cares about Avatar. Okay, I just want to point this out. If you go to our playlist on our YouTube channel and you go to our mailbag, right? Mailbag's a fun show. We love doing it. Get anywhere between 10, 20, 25,000 views, on an average mailbag.
Very respectable.
10 to 20, 25,000 views. Have a lot of fun taking people's questions. It's really good. We put up one last week that had Avatar in the title. And I can't remember the exact title, but Avatar 2, are people, are people going to go out to see it, blah, blah, blah. That one had over 45,000 views, like double the normal amount of views at a mailbag. Don't tell me nobody cares about Avatar. Okay, sure, you believe that if you want. This movie ain't going to make $2 billion, I don't think, but this movie's going to make a hell of a lot of money and a hell of a lot of bank. And already when you go through all the outlets today, it's blown up. Like it's the front thing. When I go to my Feedly, and Feedly gives me on the front page of my Feedly, it gives me the top 10 top stories. 9 of them were stories about the Avatar 2 trailer dropping.
It's the lead story.
Yeah, but nobody cares about Avatar. Like I don't know who's not getting the memo, but apparently nobody cares about Avatar. Anyway, so that thing came out. Rob, we, of course, watched this thing when we were in CinemaCon. I thought, as a trailer, it's not a great trailer. I mean, it's the first kind of an announcement thing. This movie is still like 6-7 months away, whatever. But it was amazing to go back to that world. It looks visually stunning. And I'm looking forward to the first real trailer when they actually start revealing a little bit more about what's going on. But now that this thing's out in the world, people get to see it. What kind of responses have you been hearing from people, whether it's coming out of Doctor Strange, seeing it online this morning now? And, how have your thoughts evolved over this first bit of footage we got from Avatar?
Well, I said, John, I think I said it to you, I said on the show, I go, as soon as this trailer drops, half the people are going to be talking about how Avatar doesn't matter.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And that James Cameron this, James Cameron that, and it's Fern Gully and Dances with Wolves, and it looks like a video game, whatever. It was so, but I've noticed something in the responses, like even in the mailbags, like in the spoiler chats and I was doing last night, there were people that chimed in and said there was a huge response in their theater for the Avatar trailer, or there was a tepid, lukewarm response. And I really think that it's funny to me because I consider myself a fairly educated film fan. I love Avatar. I have the extended version on Blu-ray.
Of course you do. I wouldn't be surprised if you have at least 3 versions of Avatar.
I actually do have.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
But one of the things about that movie is whenever I put it on to watch it, I'm enchanted by it. The filmmaking is masterful. James Cameron draws you in. I like Sam Worthington's character. It's very transportive. And the scene where they go ride those dragons for the first time, I would put that up against any scene in any movie, any science fiction film, as one of the most all-encompassing, awe-inspiring, truly bringing out a sense of wonder of any movie ever made when they first ride those.
Yeah, I still remember. On the big screen, that was quite extreme.
In 3D IMAX, it was absolutely incredible. I love Avatar. It's a classical story, yes. James Cameron has said that there's a reason he didn't just make Avatar 2, he made Avatar 2, 3, and 4.
And 5.
And 5. So there's going to be a whole, he said each one deals with family, like a family saga. I don't know why people count him out, because whatever he comes up with, he has a way of appealing. He makes very broad-based entertainments. They're not too highfalutin. Everybody can understand them. They're I would call them meat and potatoes, like Aliens. It's about the Marines, man. It doesn't get more gung-ho than that. Everybody gets it. You love all those characters. You can still quote. You can quote Hudson. Game over, man. Game over. It's been how many? Everyone knows. Everyone can quote James Cameron movies. I'll be back. Everyone. Why people can continually count him out? Like, there's already pundits going, nobody cares about Avatar. Who's going to go see this?
The number
movie
one box office film of all time.
Yeah,
Nobody cares.
I don't get it. Whatever he gives us with motion capture, and I just read a comment just now that said, well, I don't understand why, he had to do motion capture underwater. Why did he have to do it for real? Just not do it, put people on wires or whatever. I mean, James Cameron does things to make it look as good as it can. He knows. And everyone constantly bet against him. Titanic, James Cameron's movie that hit its own iceberg. It's going to sink to the bottom of the ocean. Just how'd that work out for you? Everyone?
Number 3 all-time box office. James Cameron has directed 2 of the top 3 all-time box office films ever. The number 1 and the number 3 in Titanic and that. And my favorite action film of all time, True Lies.
Dude, that movie is so good. When
it's ridiculously good.
It's ridiculous, and it works on it works as a comedy, a buddy, like a buddy cop.
You know what she sold the money for? An abortion.
It's
that line, I still die every time he says that.
That action sequence when they're driving on out to Key West.
Yep.
There's skiing in it. Any movie that has skiing in it is awesome. I mean, and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Who would have thought that James Cameron would have turned him into a suave, debonair spy with Jamie Lee Curtis as his wife? Yeah. You know who would do that? No one except
Jimmy Cameron.
That's right.
Chris, you were there with us in Las Vegas. You saw the trailer, the footage that they gave us for Avatar. You were amongst the first. You were the first person in the world to see it with everybody else there. They put it out in front of Dr. Strange. What kind of responses and reactions have you been seeing and observing for that? And on top of that, what's your impression of the trailer now that it's out and online for everybody to see?
I mean, within my circle, everyone has been very, very excited about this. I'm a millennial, and we loved this movie. This movie was amazing. And anytime someone says to me, too, it's Fern Gully with Dancing with Wolves and looks like a video game, I'm like, hell yeah. That's all I want from every movie.
Because they're not wrong. When that criticism is not wrong. It's totally true.
It's totally accurate.
But it doesn't change anything that it's a really great movie.
Yeah, but I think that's a great elevator pitch for this movie. Of like, yeah, I love the shit out of Fern Gully. Let's go watch this right now. So I'm really, really hyped about this. It's a teaser trailer, though, right? I mean, we don't know much about the story here. We just know we're exploring the underwater part of Pandora now. So I am looking forward to seeing the actual trailer that gives us more of the story here, that lets us know what's happening. But I mean, to go off of what you were saying here too, Rob, is James Cameron gives you a visual feast every time he makes a film.
Yeah.
So at the very least, you're going to walk away from something gorgeous. I don't know why people... And I say this as somebody who is like, I don't think this movie looks good. I've done that in the past. I just don't understand the kind of in vogue nature of saying that no one cares about this movie. Because the more you talk about something you dislike, the more I think you're sandbox flirting with a movie. Right? You're just pulling at James Cameron's pigtails right now. And I'm over it. You're still going to see it. And then you're going to have a cool opinion about how it's not good. Awesome. You're still giving James Cameron your money.
Here's the thing. If you really thought... If you were right in saying nobody cares about Avatar, you wouldn't feel the need to say nobody cares about Avatar.
Exactly.
The very fact that everybody so desperately feels the need to say it out loud just kind of proves that, listen, the average movie-going audience, this thing, again, I don't know if this movie's going to be any good. Let's be very clear. I mean, this movie may be garbage. It might be. It might be terrible. And again, I don't think this movie's going to make $300 million opening weekend. But if you don't think this movie is automatically going to be in the top 20 biggest openings in cinematic history, I think you're crazy. Mm-hmm. It will. It absolutely 100% will.
Absolutely.
Well, we learned at CinemaCon, too, that they've remastered Avatar 1, the first Avatar. Yeah. They're re-releasing that in the theaters in September. Now, we saw the trailer in high frame rate 3D.
Yeah.
And one of the things that was most striking about Avatar in the theater was seeing it in 3D IMAX. I mean, it's the best 3D that was ever done. And the trailer, I mean, even though, you know, it went by quick, seeing it in high frame rate 3D, if they do that again, they're going to bring us that same kind of experience. If my 70-year-old unimaginative mother, who's now going to be, she's 83, she just turned, so she's going to be 83, so it will have been 13 years since the original. My mom is going to go, her 83-year-old self will be as amazed as she was 13 years ago.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, and I think your mom probably represents a lot of the average movie-going audience that's going to be
100%.
excited about this. Question is for you guys. What do you think about this? Have you now had a chance, whether you saw Doctor Strange or not, have you had a chance to check out and see this trailer now that it's out and online? Whatever you guys think, jump on down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. We want to take a minute and thank the sponsors of this video, Liquid IV. Now listen, just one stick of Liquid IV added to 16 ounces of water will hydrate you faster and more efficiently than just water alone. It contains 5 essential vitamins like B3, B5, B6, B12, and of course vitamin C, with 3 times the electrolytes as traditional sports drinks. And what makes Liquid IV so effective is the science of cellular transport technology, or CTT. You see, it's designed to enhance rapid absorption of water and other key ingredients into your bloodstream faster and more efficiently. You know, Ann and I get up pretty early in the morning to go to the gym because we can't go to the gym at any other time during the day. And for the last couple of weeks, I have been drinking 1 full glass of water with Liquid IV. And all I can tell you is you can feel the difference during the workout. So go and grab Liquid IV in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can get 25% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use the code CAMPEA at checkout. That's 25% off anything you order when you use the promo code CAMPEA, that's CAMPEA, at liquidiv.com. Experience better hydration today when you go to liquidiv.com, and remember, use the promo code at checkout, CAMPEA.